What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Demetrius back with another review, and today I'm doing episode 2 of the Amazon Prime series Swarm. Uh, I just got finished watching it not too long ago, and I gotta say this episode was decent, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. It was a lot going on in it, but it was, it kept me engaged or whatever. So now we follow Dre in this episode. She has relocated to Fayetteville, Tennessee, and she is a exotic dancer in this club. And the reason why she's there is because she is following somebody. She's looking for somebody. Uh, it was a lot, bro. So she's dancing in this club because she's looking for somebody who wrote some stuff online about Naja and about her sister Chloe's character from the first episode. So she's dancing in this club, and this guy, um, which was a good cameo by the way. This guy walks in the bar. He walked into the club, and this actor, I don't know dog name, but he used to be on The Wire. That's what I know him from. He was on The Wire, and yeah. So she's dancing, and she's not doing a very good job because clearly she's not an exotic dancer. She's not experienced in being an exotic dancer. So it was an awkward little, funny little moment for her. And then she goes to the back, and she has this encounter with the other dancers at the club. And it seems like she's not very welcome there. Like everybody is kind of trying to figure out, like, yo, you ain't made for this kind of work. Why you even here? You know what I'm saying? And she meets this other dancer who kind of befriends her or tries to befriend her. They have a little moment where old girl is basically like, "Yo, bump what they talking about. You did a good job." Blah, blah, blah. So she leaves, and as she leaves, the girl that she just had an encounter with, she's having a intense argument with her boyfriend, and the scene cuts. Then she ends up back in her hotel room. She get a knock at the door. It's her coworker who was having an argument with her boyfriend, and she basically comes into her hotel room talking about, oh, I found you through this and that. She come in the hotel room, then they sit and watching TV and all this other junk. They start talking. They fall asleep together. Then she wakes up the next morning, and old girl was basically like, look, my boyfriend, me and him had our issues, but now we good. We back on good terms. Can you give me a ride back to his house? She gives her a ride back to the house. The girl kept trying to get her to come into the room with her, and I was like, that's a bit weird. But anyway, she goes in there. They end up. She ends up using the bathroom. Um, and then the girl and her boyfriend, they get into another argument. Inevitably, this seems like they toxic or whatever. So it seemed like a normal thing for them to be going back and forth or whatever. She go back to her room. Excuse me, to where she's staying at. The girl pops up again, and it's like, yo, we should go away together and all this because she left the dude and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the vibe that Dre is a savior. Like she likes to be a savior for women who are in bad relationships. That was the vibe I was getting. Cause she goes back to the hotel and takes the dude out the same way she did Damson Idris in the first episode. Like it was literally she killed dog literally the same way. Um, and then I don't remember if she took the body back to her room or if she was dragging him outside and then the girl came. But then she was standing there with the girl, over the body, and the girl was just so ecstatic. They talking, and then she took the girl out. I was like, didn't see that coming. So now she got, what is that, 4 bodies on her hands now? No, I'm sorry. Is it 4? No, it's 3, because she didn't kill Chloe. So she got 3 bodies. And she go back to work. And when she goes back to work, she ends up doing a better job dancing. She makes more money. And then the other girls, the other strippers who were mean to her, the other dancers who were mean to her before, they give her praise about doing such a good job. And then they like, yo, we got an opportunity to make some money. Do you want to go? Be our designated driver. So she ends up being their designated driver. And they go to this house with these college baseball players. It's like all white dudes. And that was a bit much for me. Honestly, I'm not into watching stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it was a bit much. So and she wasn't feeling it. So she goes to the bedroom. This guy comes in the bedroom and was like, hey, I'm not into that kind of stuff. But do you mind if I pay you so I can, I'm not going to say. But she was like, cool, whatever. So he pays her. And then he starts doing his thing. And then they leave. And as they leave, they're leaving. They going over how much they, it's exotic dance or talk. So they having girl talk about the stuff that they just did in the room and everything like that. Then they catch a blowout, have a flat tire, and they call the tow truck company. And guess who it is coming to tow their car? The guy that she was doing research on, who was saying some disparaging comments about Naja. Naja is the famous singer. This guy was saying some disparaging comments about Naja online, and he also made some comments about um uh Chloe Bailey's character. I keep forgetting her name, but he was making some comments about her and her killing herself or whatever. And the first thing that comes to Dre's mind is, oh snap, that's the dude. So he ends up giving them a ride back to his house so he can fix their flat tire. And Dre started going in on him about his comments that he made, and he don't even remember making the comments. But as soon as I saw that it was him who was coming to get him a ride, I already knew where the episode was going. But I was still entertained nonetheless. So they get to his house. He fixes the tire, does a little under the hood work. They getting ready to leave, and she says, "Oh, I gotta go use the bathroom." She goes back in the house, and everybody who's watching and has been watching, y'all already know what she about to go back in the house to do. She tried to set up this trap. Dog came in and caught her. They have a little scuffle and a struggle, and then the other girls run back in and help, and they end up doing that to dude, and they all panicking like, oh my god, we just did this. And then they come up with this plan of like, okay, this is how we're gonna tell how we got to this point. And Dre runs out and she ends up dipping and leaving them there. And clearly she's gonna have to leave there now and go somewhere. She's gonna have to relocate again. And that was the end of the episode. Overall, this episode was entertaining to me. I ain't gonna cap. I like this show, but it definitely has. You can tell that Donald Glover is involved in this. It definitely got elements of Atlanta, like small pieces of Atlanta in there, small elements of Atlanta sprinkled in. But overall, it was a good episode. It was entertaining. I liked it. So far, I like this series. I'm gonna continue to watch it. Next will be episode 3. And like I said in my last video, I'm going to be doing reviews episode by episode. So I haven't watched the entire series. I'm going to do it episode by episode and give a breakdown of my review. Excuse me, not a breakdown, but a review of each episode. So other than that, man, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. DK out.